Part 3. My gosh, how many parts are there to this video?
You want next?
Next.
Now, if we're speaking on AI, when it comes to this fucking album, I'm going to be 100%. This song is 3/4 AI. And what I mean by that is the beat's AI and the female voice is AI. I'm not. I rapped my shit and I put it to this beat. Now, the lyrics in it were wrote by the very first fan I've ever had. She's still a fan to this day. She put about $600 into this album.
What was her name again now?
Edna Florida.
Edna.
I love her. She's awesome. She finally told me how she really feels about me, which is pretty close to how you feel. It's just, but it's the same kind of situation, minus all the drama. But I felt like I owed her one, you know, right? She wrote this she wrote her lyrics. I felt like I owed her one because she's been loyal for fucking 30 years, dude, you know? And she was riding with me before YouTube even existed, like when I was just handing out CDs and shit. So I had to. Fucking man.
Here.
Took his own life. She took her own life. I don't even have a life. He took his own life. She took her own life. She took her own life.
Officer and wonder why he committed suicide. Was it just an accident? Were you trying to get high? Did you think about your kids? Is it hard to simplify? Why'd you sacrifice your life just for one last ride? There's no dignity in the way you died. You could call me cold-hearted, but I didn't even cry. What do you say to the family when he knew wrong from right? Tears in his mother's eyes when she stood to testify. He took his own life, another line, another pill. Anything to help so we don't feel real. I wonder if he knew what the dose he was about to be killed for with real purple hills. There's a demon in the moon and I pray for the lost. It's a cold-hearted game, abominations to the cross. Severe, manic, depressive disorder. The suicide rate's about 20%.
This should be interesting.
That just hit very close to home. Articulation. So, anything to make it not feel real. Anything to make any of this not feel real. Whether that's substances or sex or well, anything to escape the fucking thing. And then um coming out of the feelings of wanting to uh, coming out of the feelings of wanting to just make it all go away, there's um, there's that sense of guilt, um, and that was obvious in that song. Like it was a complete, it was a complete, it was a complete plot from start to finish of my life is okay, now it's not, now I need to cover this up, and now I'm coming out of it, and now it's going to be okay again. Um, but I think, yeah, that's what I got. And I think anyone who suffers from any kind of mental illness, um, would understand that is, uh, it's accurate, but I don't know. I think I'm just trying to say that it was very, again, it's an
Yeah, great.
accurate portrayal of it's an accurate portrayal of mental
You know the grave I was sitting next to, right?
illness.
And
Your uncle?
no, he's over the way. I was actually standing next to Justin and his brother Ryan.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, that was yeah, that lyric. It's all in that moment, it's all about making that thing go away. That's all it's about. That's it. That's the one thing that your brain is focusing on is how the fuck do I make this go away? And then once you do whatever you do to make it go away, there's the aftermath. It's always that. That's the I think, and part of me thinks that the aftermath is even worse than being in the fucking feelings okay, because then you're stuck with, oh shit, what did I just do? What did I just try and do? Who did I just do it to? What so yeah, that's a tough one, man. It's a tough
Yeah. I don't know where I was at in my head that day.
one. And yeah, that's the $64,000 question. Where the f- is your head at?
All right, next, I guess.
Next.
We live in the age of AI. Listen, man. Not every damn thing is AI. Stop crying. Listen, check it out. Bitch, I recognize you intrigued. An obsessive gravitation, a kind of sick fascination, fueled with infatuation. This isn't salvation. Abandon that narration. We nurture devastation. A mutual detonation. You're magnetized to me, a mirror of the polarity. They label me sickening, devoid of sanctity. Hope emancipate souls of this a simple perception.
A vital romance built on dark introspection. They designate me sickening, anomalous cognition, a paradoxical entity plagued with premonition. No celestial imagery, no divine attribution, just a product of drama, refined and ammunition. No ceremony, no bindings, no ornamental display. I deconstructed love, I tend to grow to decay. You solicit devotion, dismember the thesis. What is here is obsolete and deceit never ceases. Lexical precision, every sentence incision. The syllables serrated with malignant intention of superficial antics. No performative guise, I architect my empire from the celestial lies. Metamorphic evolution when I entered the past. Now wall in the personal construct stays off too fast. You fantasize eternity, I repudiate the scheme. I guess I'm not meant for love, I'm chasing a dream. That one empirical truth I continually observe is the clinical exodus of those who converge. From nocturnal emergence to dino decline, an infinite loop of the fractured and blind. Perhaps we'll transcend into something refined, perhaps construct meaning that isn't malign. Until then remain distant, peripheral gaze. So I'll take over this city in a nihilist stand. Recognize your intrigue, an obsessive gravitation, a synaptic fascination fueled with infatuation. This is a salvation, abandon that narration. I do not need your devastation or mutual detonation. You're magnetized to me, mirror the polarity. They label me sickening, devoid of sanctity. Emancipate souls of this is simple perception of volatile romance built on dark introspection. Do not misinterpret my presence in congregations. I remain in isolation despite close proximation. Yes, there was conversion, was momentary ignition, but do not conflate that with permanent position. Maybe we're in love in other dimensions, alternate environments, alternate intentions. You'll never decipher the state of my mind. I got schizophrenic thoughts and I'm feeling human disentanglement. So do I reciprocate. No necessity for truth that disintegrate into fake excessive ego, excessive remnants of pain, phantoms of history that essentially remain. You articulate permanent, I interpret illusions. Witness too many indies to invest in delusion. We collided impossible with chemistry on plan. Do not misdiagnose that as something that stands. One empirical truth I can continually observe. It's the sickening exodus of those who converge. From nocturnal emergence to dino decline, an infinite loop of the fractured and blind. Perhaps we'll transcend into something refined, perhaps construct meaning that isn't malign. And until they remain distant, remain distant. You understand what I mean? You need to stay the fuck away from me. Sarah, again, Destiny, Nikki. Stay the fuck away from me. What's this? Get up. Rapping and shit. Letting the beat ride, let the beat ride, let the beat ride. I'll be sitting it. SicKKo ENT. I had to let some shit out. Hey, yo, Nikki. How the fuck you gonna kill somebody, psycho? What the fuck? Yo. I know I have my flaws, but nothing could compare to what these bitches did. Check it. Have you ever been in love with a bitch and she just a hoe? Sing along. From nocturnal emergence to dino decline, an infinite loop of the fractured and blind. Perhaps we'll transcend into something refined, perhaps construct meaning that isn't malign. Until then remain distant, peripheral gaze. So I'll take over the city in a nihilist I recognize your intrigue and obsessive gravitation of synaptic fascination fueled with infatuation. This is a salvation, abandon that narration. I do not need your devastation, a mutual detonation. We magnetize to me, I mirror the polarity. They label me sickening, devoid of sanctity. I'll emancipate souls of this is simple perception of volatile romance built on dark introspection.
Not again.
She's got to poop. She will be right back. Until then, we're going to sit here. We're going to smoke crack. We're going to be whack. We might go outside and drive in a Cadillac.
Stop trying to rap like us, LB. You ain't bone.
So, good night, Dakota. I think you still love these women, and you are having a hard time letting them go. And you're trying, when you say remain distant, you can't. Well, you went as much as you try. So you are you're overcooking the bitterness to make up for the fact that you still have all these feelings. I think that's just my opinion. I think you're over dramatizing the anger because you can't handle the fact that these women really affected you and you don't like it. That's what I also think that you part of you is just like, it's true, like how the fuck you know, it doesn't, like there's truth to it, but ultimately you're still very much attached.
I'm not gonna say you're wrong. Sometimes like I'll post something or I'll send a message or something, and in my mind I'm like, don't do that, it's gonna push her away more. But I do it anyways because I know that she needs to stay away from me because I'll fall for her bullshit again. You know what I'm saying? And I'll end up back in that relationship. And I know from experience it's never good. They're exes for a reason. You know,
That's a hard realization. Okay. Because once you love somebody like that,
that's why it says perhaps we'll transcend into something refined, perhaps, you know, maybe someday. But right now, no.
no. Yeah. That's what I think.
That was a really good review, bro. You completely 100% got that fucking song.
Thank you. You're obvious. Everything was obvious.
Fuck y'all.
Ooh, come say no G. My favorite.
We don't.
SicKKo ENT. We don't just dismantle reputations. We anatomize illusions. OG. A self-proclaimed relic. You are a manufactured myth, artificially made. OG just a prefix that you desperately parade. Your persona is synthetic, your integrity decayed. I'm the audit of your aura, watch your empire degrade. Manufactured myth, yeah, your legacy hollow. All bravado on the surface, but there's nothing to follow. You are plagiarized prophet with the counterfeit gospel. I'm the end of your narrative, a catastrophic novel. Your vernacular embellished, but your substance deficient. Pseudo-intellectual posture smack a lack of cognition. You regurgitate rhetoric with no authentic core. Just a derivative dialect we done all heard before. Your chronology fabricated. You were myth in your prime, claiming elder status, yet irrelevant in time. OG implies originator, architect of the sign, but you parasitic siphoning what's already been found. You an algorithmic exodus, statistical fluke. A digital mirage with an embellished rebuke. Every metric inconsistent, every spike anomalies. You a data set distortion, not an artist, just a promise list. Manufactured myth, artificially made. OG just a prefix that you desperately parade. Your persona synthetic, your integrity decayed. I'm the audit of your aura, watch your empire degrade. Fake OG. Custom is my bitch. SicKKo ENT. Infrastructure's brittle, built on dubious acclaim. A precarious persona with no verifiable name. You can modify your attention with sensational debris. Let the generates assemble just to boost your degree. No discernment, no standard, just a spectacle of noise. A catastrophe of cloak chasing juvenile ploys. You facilitate degenerates and call it a brand, but your platform's just erosion masquerading as a plan. Specifically embedded in your interpersonal ties. Congratulate in public, then you weaponize lies. You are diplomatically vacant, opportunistic host with the ethical alignment of a parasitic ghost. Who conferred your distinction? Who validated rank? You anointed yourself sovereign. Now your kingdom's bankrupt. I'm a linguistic surgeon, dismember your facade. Every bar and incision exposing the fraud. Your semantics pedestrian, your cadence contrived. I'm a lexicon weapon, you linguistically deprived. Your existence derivative, devoid of innovation. I'm the terminal diagnosis, your false observation. You are antiquated, devastated, intellectually dead. I'm the obituary author of the state that you in. Manufactured myth, artificially made. OG just a prefix that you desperately parade. Your persona synthetic, your integrity decayed. On the audit of your aura, watch your empire degrade. Watch your empire degrade. Hey, this wasn't a diss. This was an exploration. You didn't build a legacy. You fabricated a narrative. Just a panel full of snakes.
So I'm going to go ahead and label this the filler song of the album, because no one gives a shit about Constant OG.
That's why I didn't make the song to where you know exactly who it is. Custom could be anybody.
Right. So
I mean, I've in that song, literally looking out my door right here, like, man, I'm just like him, staring out this fucking window. To be honest,
well, I mean, there's some differences, but if you really want to boil it down to that, I guess. But you know, I can take him or leave him, so that song really means nothing to me. It was put together well, and it sounded good, but the content I couldn't care less about,
right?
and that's why I'm labeling it the filler song.
I think if you look at the song face value, it's like big fucking deal. You're rapping about a dude looking out a window, like,
Yeah,
like, you know what I mean?
exactly.
It's definitely an album film, and so is the next one.
SicKKo. Same spot, different day. He's always at the window. Cause I'm sitting quiet with a blind state crack. Sunlight hitting dust, but he don't react. Ashtray full, TV on mute. Whole world moving, but he's stuck on loop. Neighbors come and go, cars pass by. kids grow up right in front of his eyes. Used to be outside, used to be known. Now we just watch from a world he's outgrown. Got memories hanging like pictures on nails. Some good days, mostly yells. Phone don't ring, friends don't slide. So he just sits with his thoughts and let him ride. Time don't stop, it just moves along. He's a tick in every song, trying to find where he went wrong. But he just keeps holding on, looking out my window, watching life pass me by slow. Same street, same shadow, same pain that nobody knows. Looking out my window, dream about the life I let go. If I step outside, I don't know if I found myself no more. If I find myself no more. Cause some got stories he's never told, buried deep where the hurt stay cold. Lies from the past still echo fame, but the present feel like it's covered in pain. Used to chase nights, now we chase sleep, but even in dreams it cuts too deep. Every regret from the front row seat, replaying moments he can't delete. He sees his younger self in the glass, like damn how we let it pass. Could've been more, could've been free. Now it's just him and what used to be. Clock keeps ticking, don't wait for pain. Don't rewind, don't explain. He whispers low in the window pane. Would I do it all again? Looking out my window, watching life pass me by slow. Same street, same shadow, same pain that nobody knows. Looking out my window, dream about the life I let go. If I step outside, I don't know if I find myself no more. Curtains move when the wind blow through, like the world's still calling you. One step out, one chance left, but fear got a hold on every breath. Looking out my window, yeah, still here though. Maybe tomorrow, right there. Looking out my window. Hey, civil entertainment.
That that's made me ask a couple questions. One, why are we so much better than it? Why do we think we're better than it?
We don't.
Okay. But I think deep down there is a sense of what's the word I'm looking for? There's a sense of not jealousy, but and not no that's there's a sense of I can't think of the word. But, confusion or maybe curiosity. Maybe that's the word I'm looking for. There's a sense of curiosity because this guy sits there and does the same shit over and over again and really doesn't show any accomplishment in his life. So I think there's a sense of curiosity and fascination about why do people pay attention to him? Why is he around? And like it's a curiosity. Like why are we paying attention to this guy? So we have nothing else to do but be like, well, he's an idiot.
Let's watch a stare out a window. You know?
Yeah, it's
You're
a
right.
weird fascination.
You're right though. That's exactly why I watch it sometimes. I'll randomly click on it and see him literally sitting there for fucking 6 hours like this.
Yeah, hours.
Smoking a cigarette and listening to people talk.
Yeah, and he doesn't really have an opinion about anything. He doesn't say anything. He just is there.
Right. I don't know. I don't know what the fuck it is. Next.
While Custom looks out his window and flirts with Boy Blue, I'm gonna go work on part 4. See you soon.